Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Blue and Gold Talk. This is a video on the channel that I just start talking, and I got no clue what I'm going to say, so we will start with, I'm going to start with, I'm bracing myself. How's that one? I'm bracing myself, guys. I am bracing myself for the inevitable of missing the playoffs in case it happens this year, because 10-13-1, it's kind of a slower start than I anticipated would happen with the boys this year. I thought they would get out to a much better start than this. But at the same time, I didn't foresee an 8-game losing streak, guys. I just didn't. And now that we are through that losing streak, I think we all realized, okay, we got to calm our horses down. We do. We got to calm down and say, you know what? It's going to take some time. This isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen this year, most likely. And but I'm just sure, guys, that we are going to have a fun season. That's just kind of how I feel about it so far. You know, if you look at what would the word be? The kids are fearless. You know, they're just fearless. Yes, I get mad and I think it's stupid coming out of our zone and throwing 4 passes in our zone before getting out of our zone, but they're fearless. They're fearless and they're confident in their ability, guys. So, you know, can I honestly complain what I see right now? Guys, we are leading the league in goals for. We're leading the league. We're tied. We're tied with Jersey, but we're leading the league in goals for. And I think there's another team up there. I think it's Boston. They're a few goals behind us. They've got 2 games in hand or whatever it is. I think when it's all said and done that the Sabres will score more than Boston this year. I just do. I mean, this young team is really something to watch. We're the youngest team in hockey, and we got the most goals for. So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep in mind how the Oilers were when they started in the beginning, and they were scoring a lot of goals, but letting in a lot of goals. And then they went from like an under 500 team to like this. All of a sudden, yeah, they had Gretzky, of course, you know, I mean, that helps. But all of a sudden, they just skyrocketed. And next thing you knew, they were winning Stanley Cups every year, it felt like. So, you know, I got to remember where we're at. You know, this is one of these things that I fight with all the time. I want now something to happen. And in reality, guys, you know, we got a fearless team right now that's willing to compete night after night, and they score goals night after night after night. When we don't get more than 3 goals in a game, I'm surprised. I feel surprised in a game, you know? Like those games we were losing, we were letting in a hell of a lot of goals, but it's all par for the course and learn. It's going to take some time. And I got to be patient just like some of you do. I do. I got to be patient with this. I got to be willing to sacrifice this season to get to the ultimate goal, which is a championship. This is what it's about. It's not about, we make the playoffs this year, we're going to win the cup? Not a chance. 0. No chance. No, they're too young. So I could predict that. That's easy to predict. We could get in the playoffs red hot, first place in division. I'm going to say good chance we'll lose the first round. Good chance. I would be saying it right away. Good chance we're going to lose the first round, no matter who we're playing. Because young teams get hurt in the beginning before they mature into champions. Ask Colorado. Ask the Islanders, ask the Oilers. My goodness, guys, I can go on and on. It is the way it is. It takes time, and then all of a sudden there's a deep run involved, and then there's maybe a title if you're lucky. So right now, guys, we are a good young team that's fun to watch. They drive us crazy. They do, because they let in way too many goals, way too many chances. But if we know it, the coaching staff knows it. They don't talk about it, and that's where we think they're just stupid and they don't know. They know. They know. But they're willing to sacrifice that to let the kids develop. Because what about when we start playing good defensively and we can score like this? You know, this is the thought that goes in my head. What about when that happens? What about when we play good team defense eventually? Most likely it won't happen this year and maybe even next year, guys. I kind of think that's their plan, is just go. That's it. Just take the puck and go. That's what they do every time they have the puck. The Sabres are on the offense right away trying to score, right away. eventually that turns in guys into a very dangerous scoring team. And we've seen what Tage Thompson's turned into, so we don't need any proof if Granato knows what he's doing when we've seen what Tage turned into. There's too much proof. Look how Dylan Cousins is starting to really come into his own. There's certain guys on this team that are coming in. They're just starting to come into their own. Dahlin's another one. It's starting to happen. What we're frustrated as fans is the wins and losses are still taking a damn hit, right? That's the thing that sucks for us. But guys, you know that 8-game losing streak? I tell you, all of a sudden, that could be a 10-game winning streak with a young team. It just could be. Will it be this year? Maybe not. They might win 12 in a row next year. And then we're flying. We're thinking Stanley Cup and all sorts of silliness goes on in our head. But we're having visions of the future of the Stanley Cup. That's normal, because we got to keep in mind where we're at in our development every single year that we're in. And guys, we're the youngest team in hockey, and I'll tell you what, we're going to be the youngest team in hockey again next year. Because 41 years of age comes off that roster with Anderson, and a 20-year-old comes on. So everybody gets a year younger next year. That gets a year older this year. So we flip back to the same age area. You know what I mean? So it's going to be still a very young team next year. But we'll be a team more mature, a team with more games under our belt. A lot of things are going to be different next year. If the Sabres, go crazy the last 30 games, 5-5, let's say. We go 25-5 and we miss the playoffs by like 4 points. How are you guys going to be feeling for next year? Pretty good, right? Yeah, that's it. We're going to know they've come of age and they're ready now. So thank God we made these deals for Reinhart and Eichel and Risto. I mean, you know what? I liked them as Sabres, I did, but thank God we moved them and got assets back and changed the blood in this team and the chemistry and all of it and got things going. Because my goodness, guys, we were stagnating for years, waiting for these big names to do something that never did. They just never did. They never got us out of our rut. They never got us out of a losing culture. None of that happened. It took a good GM, a good coach, and some good young studs to buy into the system, and that's including Krebs. I don't want to forget about Krebs. I know he's having a rough year, but what Krebs needs is a 2-goal night. That's what Krebs needs. He needs to score a few in one night. If Krebs could get a 2-goal game, he might be able to salvage this season overall. I mean, what about Okposo? He's not scoring. We're quick to judge like Krebs. What about Okposo? Come on, he's the one making $6 million, right? Well, $6 million a cap. He's our captain. He's not scoring at all. So, and please don't give me the lame rebuttal. Yeah, but he's there to do other things. God, in this day and age, is it about scoring or not? Yes or no? Is this league about scoring? Yes, it is. This league is about offense, offense, offense. We're not getting any from Okposo, so he's got to wake up too. He's got to get his season on track also, not just Krebs. Okposo has been vital in some areas, but, if he's going to get 5 goals this year, my goodness, thank goodness that cap is coming off our, that cap hit is coming off. So, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to call it a night. I'm really tired. And just for the record, guys, if the channel's not on, I'm going to be really busy with a few things this week. But I'll be in for the pregame and postgame, and I'll talk to you guys. Maybe I'll try and get into Discord next time without falling asleep before I go. All right, guys, you have a great night, and I shall see you tomorrow. Have a good one.